Last night, I finally had a chance to run out and see a press screening of Ford v Ferrari. Now, I have been gushing about wanting to see this ever since April. Back in April in Las Vegas at CinemaCon, they showed like a big 12-minute presentation of Ford v Ferrari, and it left everybody in that room buzzing. Just absolutely buzzing. It was the one, Rob and I came out of that going, that was the highlight. This whole thing, this Ford v Ferrari thing, this is the one we're most looking forward to. And I finally had a chance to go see it last night, and I got to tell you guys, it did not disappoint. This movie is fantastic. It's absolutely wonderful. The performances are great. Neither Christian Bale nor Matt Damon ever take it too far. They actually, you can always tell they err on the side of subtlety. Even though there's some, like you see in the trailers, some fights where they dive tackle each other in the park, you will see throughout this movie that they err on the side of subtlety, which I think adds a lot more to the film. I'm not a Formula One or any kind of race car fan at all. So I knew very little about the story of Miles and Shelby and all that kind. I knew very, very little about it, just some minor details. By the way, John Bernthal's great in this. John Bernthal doesn't have the biggest role in the world in this. I'd say he's probably...
He play? What kind of character?
He plays Lee Iacocca.
Oh, okay.
So he's in the movie. He's got about 15 minutes of screen time, but he's really great in it. The way they pace the story is incredible. When they do get into the cockpit of the car and they're doing the race stuff, it's exhilarating and you're on the edge of your seat. The human drama of it, the way they develop like Miles's home life with his wife and his kid, the way the opening of the movie lays the groundwork for the Matt Damon character, for Shelby, and I won't give any of that away, but the opening sequence of the movie basically lays all the background info on Shelby that you need to know, which completely shines a light on his character throughout the rest of the film. And it's bloody brilliant. It's a wonderful, fantastic movie that I can't recommend highly enough. It has cracked my top 5 movies of the year. It's right now sitting at my number 3 or my number 4 spot for top 5 movies of the year. And I'll tell you what, the top 10, in a month and a half, when I got to do my top 10 for the year, it's going to be a very difficult list to make because these movies are coming out right now that are just blowing us away. And this is right up there. Here's one of the interesting things about it that I thought about watching it. This is a movie that really highlights for me, and I don't know if anybody else will get this, the fundamental difference between making television and making movies. And that thing to me has always kind of been this, but it's really hit home. I thought, somebody else could have taken this idea because of all the different beats and what happens in this movie. You could have made a 10-episode limited series out of this. You could have. And there would have been some benefits to that and all that kind of stuff. It highlighted for me again, while there is paralleled and equal brilliance needed to make television and make movies and stuff like that, I've always really respected the art of filmmaking a little bit more. Because whereas this could have been a 10-episode television series, James Mangold, director of Logan, who directed this film, he had to introduce the characters, give us their background, set the drama of what the story was going to be, then flesh out the drama, bring us to a satisfying conclusion, all in 2.5 hours. He had to do it all in 2.5 hours. He didn't get the liberty and the cushion of 10 episodes or 3 seasons or whatever. He had to tell that whole thing in that thing. And I'll tell you what, he does it with brilliance. I don't know that James Mangold, who maybe should have been considered for Best Director for Logan, will get considered for Best Director for this. I think he should get considered for it. But he did a magnificent job directing this film. So I absolutely adore Ford v Ferrari. It was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely run out and go see. I believe it opens next week. I think it opens next
15th.
week. And by the way, just as a little side note, Dr. Sleep opens tonight. Go see Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
So go see Ford v Ferrari. Question is, guys, have you been looking forward to it? Also, there have been some advanced screenings around the country. Were you one of the lucky people who got to go see it? If so, what did you think about Ford v Ferrari? Or did you see it at one of the many film festivals it played at? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Okay.